Howdy, folks. High Value DMD. Don't just give me your subscription, but please let me earn it. Let me earn your like and let me earn your comment. It's been about a week since I made a video. I wanted to come on here and just shoot the breeze with you guys. I wanted to talk about a certain individual. His name is Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes. If you don't know who I am, I'm a dentist. I like to just make videos about politics, relationships, career. Nick Fuentes, man, he is getting really, really popular on the internet. He's gone on several interviews as of late. He went on an interview with Tucker Carlson and many characters. The most recent one was with Piers Morgan. And I've been sizing this character up, man. Nick Fuentes says a lot of edgy things, a lot of very, very harsh things. He uses language that I would never, ever use. And I don't have this video planned. So he started off his career, right, making these videos. He starts questioning a certain country over in the Middle East. He gets blacklisted by the Daily Wire and Ben Shapiro and all those folks. And then, I'm just thinking about how like he was on the no-fly list. He got banned from like the Bank of America and all this for free speech, for just saying things, right? Things that people definitely would perceive and definitely interpret as hateful. But he spent his early 20s, man, just completely canceled. It sounds like he made a ton of money. I looked up like some salary numbers. It looks like on his early streams, man, when he was off of YouTube, he was making like $600,000 a year. He's got money. And he's now on Rumble. But he's like super, super popular amongst young men, young Republican men. And he's younger than me, right? He's younger than me. I think I'll just say that I'm glad I'm not Nick Fuentes. I'm glad that I'm not in his position. I'm so happy that I'm not like a public figure. I'm here on YouTube, and this is a hobby of mine. And I practice dentistry. Okay, I'm a dentist, and I get to live a quiet life. I don't have people coming to my doorstep threatening me or threatening my wife. I can make a good, solid living, and we're on a trajectory to make even more money. And I'm happy. I am not in a situation like he is in. Because there's no going back, man. Once you get on the internet and once you start spouting off all of these things that has all this shock value, right? And, he's explained more about his views. I really, I don't think that he is like a super hateful person. I don't think he's like a genuine racist person. I think he talks like a lot of men do while they're having a beer around a campfire, acting the fool, and you say some crazy things to make people laugh. But when it's finally time to come to the table to say what you really think, obviously you say things with more couth and proper posturing. But he has made his living and career off of just like shocking remarks, right? Talking about that the German painter or that the Georgian guy that took over the Soviet Union and all of these things, and talking about people of different races and all of these things. I think what he is doing is he is trying to draw such controversy and trying to say things in such an extreme way as to like make people pause and think. And I tell you what, he has done that. He has gotten attention That is for sure, man. He has gotten attention. He's interviewed with Tucker Carlson, Pierce Morgan, major people. And he's had dinner with Donald Trump, I think, before he ran the second time. Like, he knows Kanye West. You know, this guy, he's got a lot of influence. He knows a lot of people. But when you have made like these previous videos and all these things, man, like can you really separate yourself from that, or like do you want to separate yourself from that? Like, what's a future look like for someone like him? Really, to me, the logical thing would eventually to be going to politics, right? But I don't know. Maybe he is just in this for entertainment and the money. You know, like you don't really know these people. You can listen to his show all day long and you can think you know people's intentions, but you don't really know this guy, right? He's from Chicago, and that's all he talks about is he's from Chicago. And, he talks about wanting to preserve America the way it was, how he grew up. I will say, man, Nick Fuentes he's like pretty sheltered in his upbringing. There's a lot of the country that he needs to go see and branch out and experience. I sense a certain disconnect with him. Like he lives in Chicago in the big city, and I'm from the South. I'm a Southerner, and that's the way of life I grew up in. So the way he speaks towards people like me, or he's like, he hasn't said anything particularly bad about the South, but I can just tell there's like a disconnect. There is a disconnect. He is arrogant. The way he comes across sometimes when he's talking to his like Groyper viewers, he can be very arrogant. And part of that is the persona, and like, I guess part of being a dude is like saying the hard thing. And if you're a dude, you need to, pull your nutsack up and listen and take it on the chin. He's a media personality, and there's a formula to being a media personality. There's a formula that attracts in these viewers that earns you a living, man. And Alex Jones was a shock jock, and he got a lot of views and attention. Nick Fuentes, Tucker Carlson, he has his certain way to do things. These people, they study these things, man. This is not this isn't just done overnight. There's got to be a lot of work in the background to make these things happen, right? To develop these things. He didn't just get here overnight. Nick Fuentes spent years and years perfecting this formula, of his niche, right? He's probably read a fair bit of books to be familiar with things and history and events, and he is a point of controversy, but I really do think people should pay attention to what he is saying. Nick Fuentes is younger than me. He is not married, and that's like a point of contention that people are able to talk to him about. It's like, dude, have you ever been in a serious relationship? And you clearly you're not with a woman, and all of these things, but it's tough for him, right? Because he's a public person. He's his home has been shot at or whatever. So he has talked about how he doesn't feel comfortable taking on a wife or having children, which is unfortunate, right? Because like, he's Catholic. Catholics have big families. Part of conservative ethos, or so to speak, is to raise a family, to raise that next generation. He doesn't have everything figured out, folks. He's just a guy that's piping off on the internet, right? Like, I want to know, like, what has his real work experience been like? He went to college, Boston College, I think, and then didn't finish. And, he was on debate or something. What real, genuine life experience does this guy have, man? What are his hobbies? I've not really heard him talk about anything that he likes to do. But people are gravitating towards this guy like he's got all this figured out, man. Like he knows everything. And I will say, like, the stuff he talks about, his Catholicism and his theology, he doesn't seem to be the strongest in what he understands as far as his faith to be. These people do not know everything, man. Like I listened to Tucker Carlson and I thought he was, he knew a lot of stuff, but he badmouths Nick Fuentes like the week after he was on his show or whatever. And this is theater. This is politics. What you're watching is politics, and what you're watching is entertainment. And it is entertainment. Entertainment. You can't sit here and think these people are infallible and know everything and are perfect. Don't listen to everything Nick Fuentes says, man. Don't listen to everything he says. Take a couple things that he may have a point about, but go to some other people, right? Go to the other side too. Listen to people of different persuasions and hear their arguments, man. And listen to their experiences. Don't listen to a guy on the internet that's not married, right? Like there is a he talks about how women are all liberal, and yeah, a lot of them are. I'll be honest. Being married is not easy. Okay, it's not easy. Okay, it's tough. It took a lot of work to get to where I'm at. Is to get married, even somebody that was in a good career position like me. But listen to his side of it, being single, and but go listen to some wisdom. Go listen to somebody much older than him that's been married and stayed married, preferably, that's had children, raised children, that's gone through all these other stages of life. Nick is only a couple years younger than me, and he's much better off financially than me. Hopefully not in the next 10, 15 years. Hopefully I'll catch him or pass him. But hopefully you're able to get a perspective from me that's a little different, I'm in a different season of life than him. And I can hopefully speak some wisdom that's not guided by influenced by echo chambers or an agenda, because I don't have an agenda to push to you. I'm just a person out on my porch making videos because I think it's fun, Nick Fuentes, man. Controversial figure. It'll be interesting to watch him as the years go on, what he's going to end up doing in the media space or in the political space, how he may affect certain politics and platforms and all these things. But don't listen to everything he says, because he's just another knothead on the internet trying to make a buck like everybody else. And with that, I will leave you. I hope I earned your subscription. I hope I earned your like, and I hope I earned your comment. Let me know what you think below. Until next time.